Hello, people. I'm watching a former Satanist who got born again, and he's narrating his story. These people, I'm talking about real Satanists, people who can see in the spirit. They operate in the spirit, work for Satan and all that. I'm watching him being interviewed, and he says something about how if we are united and we are praying for each other, the power in that. So I'll let him say it for you, okay? Watch.
So I guess in your 20s now doing this. Yeah. And you're like on the campus, everyone knows your name, you're feared by everyone.
That's not him.
You're openly a Satanist. People are scared of it. Now I'm not hiding it. Now I'm doing Satanism and occultism publicly. On the campus? What campus? McKinley University. So I'm doing it on different campuses. I'm organizing parties, I'm organizing all these night parties and whatnot, and I'm doing it public because I had the money, I had the means that I could bring in a musician and international celebrities to come and have a concert and then pay for everything. So like I was doing public. Oh, so this kept going on for a while, and then let's transition to the moment where things started to shift. So can you? Is there other things you want to fill in? Yeah, that's what.
Okay, here's where I'm coming.
I'm enjoying it, and I'm progressing well. Then in the year 1999, early 19, it was around April. April, I think things were not working well. I felt like we are losing ground. When you say we, you mean the grandmasters, the occultic, satanic kind of world? You see the confusion now. In 1996.
Please hear this.
I was told with my people to move away from Uganda.
You hear that?
Stay away for some time. Is this the one you told us earlier about the 70 days? This is a different one. Okay. Now, what happened? A group of people.
A group of people.
A man of God.
A man of God.
Apostle John Mulendi.
John Mulendi and his team. They want to pray.
Maybe more than a year of prayer and fasting. And they had taken over the whole country and we could not operate there.
You hear that?
So I was told, please move out until we get a strategy to disarm him and put his powers low so that for you to operate. So he had.
Did you hear that? He said he's a Satanist, right? He was a Satanist. He got born again now. He said there is a man of God who has a team he was working with. They went and pray and fast for the country for like a year. When they did that, they were so united and they did it so well. When they did that, the devil, I'm talking about real Satanists, their leader told them to move out of the country for some time because they cannot operate there. They have to leave their own country, go stay somewhere else, outside the country for a while. Okay, let me play it again.
Raised a prayer in the nation, and that prayer had cast completely away all the altars of the kingdom of darkness. This was in 96. 96. By the way, in case you didn't catch it, then it's John Mulendi. And we know him here as well because he ran a powerful prayer.
You hear that? He said this guy, he organized a prayer in the country that break every altar, every witchcraft stuff in the whole country. Let me play it again.
Now, what happened? A group of people, a man of God, Apostle John Mulendi, and his team had gone into a prayer time for a longer time, maybe more than a year of prayer and fasting. And they had taken over the whole country. We could not operate there. So I was told, please move out until we get a strategy to disarm him and put his powers low so that for you to operate. So he had raised a prayer in the nation, and that prayer had cast completely away all the altars of the kingdom of darkness. This was in 96. 96. By the way, in case you didn't catch it, then it's John Mulendi. And we know him here as well because he ran a powerful prayer ministry, or he still runs a powerful. He had completely wiped out the altars. Completely. Because I remember I was told, please don't operate cease every action and stay away.
You hear that?
So when we
This
returned
guy's
later,
prayer has
1997,
destroyed all the
98,
altars
things were not easy, but we're now
in the whole
their
country.
ministry. We had infiltrated their ministry, his ministry, and broken the wall around him because his strength
hear
was
this.
about the protection around him. The people, not him as a man. Now, because of the people,
Please hear him. I want to go back so you can hear what he's saying.
This was in 96.
Please,
By the way,
yeah.
in case you didn't catch it then, it's John Melendez. And we know him here as well because he ran a powerful prayer ministry, or he still runs a powerful.
He had completely wiped out
The altars.
Completely. Because I remember I was told, please don't operate, cease every action and stay away. So when we returned later in 1997, 98, things were not easy, but we're now their ministry. We had infiltrated their ministry, his ministry, and broken the wall around him because his strength was about the protection around him.
You hear that?
The people, not him as a man. Now, because of the people who were praying around him,
Praying for him.
praying for him, he could ascend in the spirit and become like an authority.
You hear that? You hear that?
That's so strong.
We could speak one word and you hear it echo for days.
You hear that?
So by that time, we had to get all his tapes, listen to them.
You had to listen to his tapes.
Listen to them and identify why is this man so powerful, so strong. Every word he says, you feel like causes a vibration in the spirit. So like you could literally be listening to his tape, but you're like, I don't know if we shall finish it. Now we're in the occult. We are listening. We're trying to map his life. Then we're mapping his family, his background, then we realize the people around him. That every time he begins to preach, he's not the one preaching. They are the one preaching through him.
You hear that?
He's connected in them. They prayed so much for him. They prayed so much around him that he picks whatever is in them, and when he
amplifies.
Amplifies it. Yes, that's why, like the power of agreement. So like, the whole team around him, there's so much in agreement that when he stands to speak, it's as if they're all of them speaking in one voice. So and because of that, even if praise or just say one word, it could be like a whole force and energy that goes through the entire realm. So he was in charge of the realm. Not even saying I bind, I break. No, he didn't say that. No, actually he didn't. All it was, sometimes he teaches. Sometimes it could be as teaching the Bible, singing with people.
And what you're talking about is not that he was teaching with shouting, because John Lynn is a very calm teacher, but the words are carrying so much weight in the spirit.
He could teach a Bible, like a truth, and then the people pick it. And then you could see like the whole atmosphere has been changed because of what he's just talking to the people. Like I'm having a conversation with you. And as I will talk, the entire realm is charged. And now he is a principality over the nation. As a man, because of the network, because of the wall around him.
Now they've been building that for a long time before they got to that place.
So by the people that were assigned, I was not among them. The people were assigned to go were not to attack him, but to break the wall.
Yeah.
To identify the thing that could cause to be offended.
Identify things that could cause people to be offended around him.
And then withdraw their protection, their prayer around him. Like now,
get people offended or stir up circumstances that cause people to be offended so that they withdraw their part in the wall. And there's a break or breach, and then you can access.
And so this man is in the center, and now the wall is breaking. People are leaving. People are being taken away. And I want to say this to people that are watching this, that sometimes the man of God has given you, he has the authority, but his authority depends on you who are around him. It's about the hedge around him. And if that hedge is broken, and before even they reach him, he has lost his position. Because in the realm of the spirit, about positions, even we have positions of intercession as an intercessor. You gain a position in the spirit to be a territorial intercessor. But that position, to remain there, to maintain that position, there must be people around you. God has called and assigned to be gatekeepers and watchmen, to watch over your life, to see that the enemy cannot reach you. That's powerful.
Wow.
Because for you, for those you're leading, God has given you the call and the vision. But there are those that must build the walls around you. They must surround you. And when the enemy comes, must break these walls. And that's what happened to this man of God. That the walls were broken. And when the walls were broken, what happened? So his authority,
the influence in the nation has to drop.
he has not sinned. He's not fallen in sin.
The man of God didn't sin.
Attacked him personally, but his influence has been low.
So was the result of that being the words that he was teaching did not carry the same level of weight? And it wasn't that his personal prayer life had gone down, just the breach around him broken. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy.
Because, when Jesus said, if 2 of you on earth agree, so the power is, you speak the same words, but now they don't carry the same power. They call them power words. Like, you can say Jesus, and that happens. Another one says Jesus, and miracles happen. The same word, but from a different place. So this meant the people around you, they hope that, like, they become a wall around your consecration. You see, and they know our assignment is not to compete with the man. Our assignment is to guard him. And God has assigned us this responsibility. And I want to say this, James, that many people today, men of God, have not fulfilled their destiny because they sinned, but because the men and the women that God assigned around them left their place. This is left their place strong. Yeah. And this, many we may judge the man is not doing this, but as he was doing the work, he had to have a wall around him. And the men and the women that God had brought around him, instead, they began competing to get the same platform. Or they wanted to create their own platforms.
Okay, this is really deep and really powerful. I want us to go back to the storyline. So this is 97 now.
96, yeah.
So the influence of his voice over the nation is coming down, and now you're able to function back in Uganda. And then what happens after that?
So when I returned to Uganda, after that being function, 1999, I get a call. I'm summoned to go to Sicily's Island. Sicily Island is in the Indian Ocean. There's a city called Victoria. I'm called. There's a conference. So I go in this conference, and all this power, these riches, this occultic leader
from all around the world. Like how many people are you talking?
Like 1,000 and more. So they're in this very big hotels in Victoria City, very expensive hotel. They are there for a conference, and then they tell me, one of the reasons of this conference we want is about your country. I said, why? And they say, it's the year 1999, and we have to be in charge of all the highways. But there's a highway, the highway of the Nile, from Uganda to Egypt, to Syria to Israel. That's the highway in the book of Isaiah. That highway, that Isaiah 19 highway, we are not in charge. We have failed to take it. And the reason we failed to take it is there's a people that have blocked that highway and they're taking over the entire, not only Uganda, but take over the nation, the world. I said, people? Say, yes. Which people? They said, the people in your country. I said, is it possible? Everyone, every man of God in the country, I know them. The churches, I know them. Everything, I know them. They can't be. They said, yes. There's a people you can't see them because they are hidden in a realm of light.
Oh, so that's why even you in the territory could not see.
I could not see.
You could not perceive their activity.
The activities. But now those higher enough in the powers could see the effect of this group. So they tell me about, they say, there's a people. I say, what people? They tell me there's a group of women, 20 women.
20 women and one pastor.
And one pastor. A young man, a pastor, and 20 illiterate women who have taken over the territory.
Okay, now just pause a sec. For those of you listening, when I heard his testimony in 97, this is the part, including the part about John Melendi, this is the part that arrested me. So you want to listen carefully, especially those of you who are Christians who want to grow in the spirit, want to grow in prayer. Listen carefully to what he's about to share here. This is powerful. So there were 20 women and one pastor.
So I am in this conference. And Sicily's. And the who is who in the world is there. The important guys, the riches. And they're telling me about a group in my country, which I do not know. And I could see in this conference, when we had small meetings, the confusion, the terror, the fear. I never seen this. You know, when we're in the occult, you show this kind of confidence, you're in charge. But in this meeting, like men and women didn't know what to do. So they're telling me there's a group, 20 women and a man. Then when they said, listen, what happened? When people don't understand this, then I'm made beyond, without my will, I am made now to begin to report what's going on in Uganda, which I don't know. So I begin to talk like I'm being taken over. And I'm now saying, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And suddenly, I mentioned the name of that pastor.
So you've lost me. So basically, a spirit is speaking through. Telling you telling the people the activity of what's going on in Uganda that you were not even aware. So you're pretty much, a mouthpiece for a spirit.
A mouthpiece for a spirit. And then I mentioned that name of that pastor, his name, and the power went off in that building. Like the system shut down. And I could see. So, and now they look at me as a traitor. Now they think maybe I've come to destroy. So I said, I'm not aware of that. But then I'm saying, what came to my mind? I know power. Why is it that when I mention that name,
and then you mentioned the name of the pastor, and the power went out?
And then
Are you blessed?
This man for years had
people pray for this man, and that gave him more power. And he can master himself.
The name of Jesus you're mentioning. Then when there are things that I used to see and kept wondering, maybe there may be some power. Like, what's going on? So in my mind, so I'm reporting, and they're telling me so I'm reporting about the 20 women and one man. So now I'm mentioning the name, say one man, 20 women. Now, what disturbed me at that moment? How could 20 illiterate old women be a threat to all these psych powers and systems of the world? That's, like I'm wondering, where, okay. Then something comes and they say,
okay, people, thank you.
20 women and one man. They began a kind of prayer that the church or the Christians have never known. It has been hidden for generations. But these ones have picked it and they're practicing it.
So this is what you're being told in this convention.
What are they? They are praying. They are doing what they call covenant prayer. So they had agreed, these women and their pastor, to start to pray for 90 days, every day, for 6 hours.
From 3 p.m. to 9 p.m.
9 p.m. every day. And this was their covenant, that if they are doing 90 days, and maybe on day 80 or 85 or 89, one of them misses 1 minute, they have to start again.